The day my parents emptied my college fund, they didn't even face me directly. I discovered it when my tuition payment failed, and the financial aid office called to notify me that I had precisely 48 hours to gather $23,000, or I'd be removed from all my classes. I'm Meredith, and this happened 8 years ago when I was 19, sitting on my dorm room floor, desperately trying to contact my parents, while my roommate Stacy held my hand. When they finally answered, my father's voice was unnaturally calm. "We had to use it for Wilson. He got in trouble with some bad people. It was for the family." That moment altered everything. I dropped out that semester, moved in with Stacy's family, and juggled 3 jobs while attending night classes at community college. Every dollar I made was invested in creating a new life, one where I wouldn't rely on anyone again. Now, as I stand in the hallway of my own apartment building after a long workday, I'm confronted by the 2 people who taught me betrayal's harsh reality. They look older and more desperate, yet their eyes still carry that same entitled expectation. "Meredith, honey," my mother steps forward with open arms, and I take a step back. "What are you doing here?" My father clears his throat. "We need to talk. It's about Wilson." Naturally, it's always about Wilson. "I'm exhausted. I just finished a 12-hour shift," I reply while unlocking my door. "Whatever it is can wait." "It can't!" My father's voice sharpens. "Your brother is in serious trouble. We need $80,000. I freeze, the key still in the lock. "Excuse me? We're not asking for charity," my mother quickly adds. "It's family money anyway." I let out a laugh that isn't pretty. Family money, like my college fund was family money, that was a different case. My father inches closer, towering over me like he did when I was a child. Wilson needed help then, and he needs help now. "You're his sister. You have savings. We know you do. You've always been good with money, unlike some people," I mutter, finally pushing the door open. "Don't you dare speak to me that way," my father growls, "after everything we've done for you." "Done for me?" I spin around. "You mean like working overtime at the library in high school to save for college, or stealing those savings to bail Wilson out of his gambling debts?" "We had no choice," my mother says, her voice trembling. "Those men would have hurt him." "And what about hurting me?" I say softly. "Did that ever cross your minds?" My father's face darkens. "You were always the strong one, the responsible one. Wilson needs more help. He's sensitive." "Sensitive enough to need $80,000? I raise an eyebrow. "What did he do this time?" They exchange glances and my mother wrings her hands. "We can't say exactly, but it's serious, Meredith. Legal serious." "Of course it is." I step into my apartment, leaving the door ajar. "Come in." They hesitate, likely shocked by my sudden willingness to cooperate. 8 years ago, I would have been eager to write a check, desperate for their approval. But I'm not that girl anymore. "Oh, sweetheart, I knew you'd understand," my mother beams. "I want to show you something first," I interrupt, walking to my home office. "Wait there." I hear them whispering in my living room as I grab the manila envelope I've prepared for this exact moment. For years, I anticipated their return, needing more money, more sacrifices, more of me. "What's this?" my father asks when I hand him the envelope. "Open it." His hands tremble slightly as he pulls out the contents. My mother leans over his shoulder, her face draining of color as she reads. "This is ridiculous," he sputters. "You can't be serious." "Every dollar you took from my college fund with 8 years of accrued interest," I say calmly, "plus documented emotional damages and legal fees. The total comes to just over $100,000. "Legal fees?" My mother's voice rises. "What legal? Fees?" I smile, and for the first time, I see fear in their eyes. "Did you really think I'd let you walk back into my life without protection? My lawyer drafted those papers months ago. I was just waiting for you to show up." "You ungrateful little—" My father steps forward, but I raise my phone, already recording. "Think very carefully about your next move," I say quietly. "Because if you keep pushing me, the restraining order goes into effect first thing tomorrow morning." The silence that follows is the sweetest sound I've heard in years. My father's complexion shifts to an alarming shade of purple as he flips through the pages. "This is extortion," he sputters, flailing the documents. You can't expect us to pay this. Actually, I can. I move to my kitchen counter, maintaining a safe distance. Every withdrawal is documented. Every date, every amount, even the paperwork you forged to access my account. Forged? My mother clutches her chest. Robert, what is she talking about? I pull out a folder from my desk drawer. Would you like to see the bank records? Mom, how about the signature comparison? I particularly enjoy page 6, where Dad attempted to imitate my handwriting. You were barely 18, my father snaps. That money was under our control. I was 19, and legally it wasn't. But please, keep talking. My recording app is loving this. A memory flashes. Me at 22, scrubbing toilets at 3 a.m. in an office building. My hands sting from the chemicals, tears streaming down my face as I calculate how many more nights it will take to afford next semester's textbooks. Meredith, my mother steps forward, her tone sweet. We know things were tough back then, but this, she gestures at the papers, this isn't you. You're right. I'm not vindictive. I meet her gaze. I'm just done being your ATM. Your brother could go to jail. My father slams the papers on my coffee table. Is that what you want? To destroy this family? I laugh, the sound hollow even to my ears. Destroy the family like you destroyed my future? Do you know what I did? After you took my money? Oh, here we go. He rolls his eyes. The martyr act. I cleaned offices at night, worked retail on weekends, waited tables between classes. I maintained my steady voice. I lived on ramen and coffee while Wilson gambled away thousands. Where did he even get more money to lose after draining my account? They exchanged looks that set off warning bells in my head. That's complicated, my mother says carefully. Everything with Wilson is complicated, I reply. But my terms aren't. You pay what you owe me, or I file charges. My father's laugh is ugly. Charges for what? Financial fraud, identity theft, misappropriation of trust funds. I count them off on my fingers. My lawyer says we have an airtight case. Should we test that theory? Your lawyer? My mother's voice trembles. You actually consulted a lawyer? Julian Burns. He specializes in financial fraud and family law. Would you like his card? You'd sue your own parents? My father's voice rises dangerously. After everything we sacrificed, you sacrificed nothing. The words explode from me. You sacrificed me, my education, my future, my trust, all for Wilson's mistakes, and now you're here asking for more. It's different this time, my mother pleads. He's in real trouble. Then he can face real consequences. I walk to my front door and open it. You have 48 hours to start the repayment plan, or I file the lawsuit. And if you show up at my workplace again, like you did last week, the restraining order becomes permanent. You knew we were... I have security cameras, Dad, and friends who keep an eye out. Did you think I wouldn't protect myself? He storms toward the door, his face twisted with rage. You'll regret this when Wilson goes to prison. His choices, his consequences. I stand my ground, just like this is your choice right now. My mother lingers, tears brimming in her eyes. Please, Meredith, we're family. Family? I shake my head. Family doesn't steal from each other. Family doesn't manipulate, guilt, and destroy. You taught me that. After they leave, I sink onto my couch, my hands trembling as I reach for my phone. I dial a familiar number. How'd it go? Stacy answers on the first ring. They showed up just like you predicted. And I did it. Showed them the papers, stood my ground. I take a deep breath. Wilson's in trouble again? They wanted $80,000. Jesus Christ, Stacy's voice hardens. Tell me you didn't. No, but it's bad this time, Stace. Legal trouble, the way they danced around it. Something's really wrong. Not your problem, she says firmly. You gave them their options. Now it's on them. Yeah. I glance at the manila envelope on my coffee table. I should call Julian. Let him know they've been served. Want me to come over? I've got wine and those cookies you like. I smile, feeling the tension ease slightly. Rain check. I need to process this alone. Okay, but I'm checking on you tomorrow. She pauses. I'm proud of you. Mayor, you did the right thing. After we hang up, I stare at the scattered papers across my coffee table. 8 years of pain reduced to numbers and legal terms. It should feel like victory, but instead, I just feel tired. 3 days later, I'm making coffee when someone knocks. Through the peephole, I see my mother standing alone, clutching her oversized purse like a shield. "Meredith!" Her voice quivers. "Please, can we talk? Just us?" I should say no, but instead I open the door. She walks in, her eyes darting around my apartment as if she's seeing it for the first time. Stopping at my bookshelf, she picks up a framed photo from my college graduation, the one she and Dad didn't attend. "You looked so beautiful that day," she says softly. "I always regretted not being there." "Did you?" I take the photo from her hands. "Or did you regret that Wilson's latest crisis kept you away?" She flinches. "That's not fair." "None of this is fair, Mom." I set the photo face down. "Why are you here?" She sits on my couch, smoothing her skirt with trembling hands. "Remember when you were little, how you used to help me bake cookies every Sunday? You were such a good girl, always helping, always understanding." Her eyes fill with tears. "Wilson needed more attention. He struggled." "Stop!" I grip my coffee mug tighter. "I'm not that little girl anymore. You can't manipulate me with childhood memories." "Manipulate?" She looks wounded. "I'm trying to remind you of who you are. This vindictiveness, these lawyers, this isn't you, sweetheart. No, this is exactly me. The me who had to grow up when her parents betrayed her." "It was just money," she whispers. The mug slips from my hands, shattering on the kitchen floor. Coffee spreads like a dark stain across the tiles. "Just money?" My voice shakes. "It was my future, my dreams, my trust in you. And you threw it all away for what? So Wilson could gamble more, destroy more lives? You don't understand." "Then make me understand." I grab paper towels, wiping up coffee to keep my hands busy. "What's he done this time? What kind of trouble needs $80,000 to fix?" She wrings her hands, avoiding my gaze. "He's gone, Meredith." I freeze. "What do you mean, gone?" "He left the country 2 days ago." She pulls out a tissue, dabbing her eyes. "That's why we need the money, to protect ourselves." "Protect yourselves from what?" "There are people, dangerous people. They're saying Wilson took their money. Lots of money." She starts crying in earnest now. "They came to our house yesterday and said if we don't pay..." My blood runs cold. "Are you saying Wilson stole from criminals?" She nods miserably. "And now he's fled the country, leaving you and Dad to deal with the consequences?" Another nod. I grab my phone, scrolling through contacts. "You need to call the police." "We can't." She jumps up, grabbing my arm. "They'll investigate everything. Your father, there are things, documents he signed." Understanding dawns. "Dad helped him, didn't he? That's why you're both so desperate." She doesn't answer, but her silence speaks volumes. "Get out." My voice is ice. "Meredith, please. Get out." I yank my arm away. "You're not here because you love me. You're here because you need me to clean up your mess again. Well, guess what? I'm done being your safety net." "They'll take our house," she sobs. "Everything we've worked for." "Everything you stole from me, you mean?" I open my phone, dialing. "Hi, Julian. It's Meredith. I need you to come to my apartment now." My mother backs away. "What are you doing?" "Getting ahead of this before it destroys what's left of my life." I look her straight in the eye. "I'm filing the lawsuit today, and if any of Wilson's dangerous people show up at my door, I'm calling the FBI." "You do that to your own family?" "Family?" I scoff. "A family protects each other. They don't steal, lie, and manipulate. They don't abandon their daughter when she needs them the most." She reaches for the door, shoulders slumped. "I thought if I came alone, if we could just talk." "You thought wrong." I pick up the broken mug pieces from the floor. "Tell Dad I meant what I said. 48 hours to start repayment, or I file everything." After she leaves, I call Stacy. "They crossed a line," I tell her, my voice shaking. "Wilson's fled the country, left them holding the bag with some very bad people." "Holy," she breathes. "What are you going to do?" I look at the face down. Photo on my bookshelf, remembering that girl who graduated despite everything they did to stop her. "I'm going to make them face consequences," I say. "Real ones this time." "Want backup?" "Always." I take a deep breath. And Stacy, thank you for being the family I chose. Always, she echoes. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Don't start the revenge plotting without me. For the first time today, I smile. Julian's office smells like leather and coffee. He spreads documents across his desk while Stacy and I sit across from him, watching as he pieces together my parents' financial maze. Something's not adding up, he mutters, tapping his pen against a bank statement. The withdrawals from your college fund total $93,000, but Wilson's documented gambling debts were only $50,000. I lean forward. What are you saying? I'm saying there's $43,000 unaccounted for. He slides a paper toward me. Look at these transactions. They continued months after Wilson supposedly paid off his debts. Stacy points to a series of numbers. These withdrawals are weird too. Always the same amount, same day of the month, like payments, I whisper. But to whom? Julian pulls up his computer screen. Your parents refinanced their house around the same time. They took out a massive loan against the equity. He frowns. And there's something else. The loan officer's signature. I've seen it before. Where? On documents from 3 other cases I've handled, all involving suspicious loans, all connected to a private lending company called Apex Financial. My stomach drops. You think Wilson was involved with them? I think, Julian says carefully, your brother might have been doing more than gambling. These patterns suggest money laundering. Stacy grabs my hand. Keep going, I tell Julian. He pulls out more papers. The timing of the withdrawals from your account, the house refinancing, the regular payments, it fits a pattern we see with organized crime. They use legitimate businesses and family accounts to clean dirty money. And my college fund? What was that really for? Initial buying, maybe? Or covering losses when something went wrong? He looks at me seriously. Your parents might not have just been enabling Wilson's gambling. They might have been helping him commit serious financial crimes. My head spins. That's why they're so desperate now. Why they need exactly $80,000. Probably a payment they owe. Julian nods. And with Wilson gone, they're on the hook for it. I stand up, pacing. What do? We document everything. Build our case. He starts organizing papers. But Meredith, if this goes where I think it's going, we're talking federal crimes. Are you prepared for that? You mean, am I prepared to turn in my own family? He nods. I think about my mother's tears, my father's rage, years of manipulation and theft. They made their choices. Now they can face their consequences. I'll need bank records going back 10 years, Julian says, and any communications you have with Wilson about money. I saved everything, I tell him. Every text, every email. I knew someday you'd need proof, Stacy finishes softly. Julian hands me a USB drive. Put everything on here. And Meredith, be careful. If I'm right about Apex Financial, these aren't people you want attention from. Back at my apartment, Stacy helps me dig through old emails while I forward texts to Julian. Look at this, she says suddenly, pointing at her screen. An email from Wilson 3 years ago. He's asking you to invest in a business opportunity. I lean over. I remember that. He wanted me to put up $20,000 for some import-export company. Read the company name. My blood freezes. Apex Trading Partners? He was trying to rope you in, Stacy says quietly. Make you complicit. My phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. My hands shake as I read it. Family business should stay in the family. Back off, little sister. Stacy reads over my shoulder. That's it. I'm calling the police. No. I forward the text to Julian. We do this right, build the case, get everything documented. And then I think about that scared 19-year-old girl crying in the financial aid office about years of working multiple jobs, rebuilding my life from scratch while my family helped Wilson destroy his. And then we bring it all down. Every last lie, every scheme, every crime they helped cover up. I start typing a response to Julian. They want to talk about family money? Let's show them exactly what happens when family business comes to light. Stacy hugs me tightly. You're the strongest person I know. You realize that? I lean into her embrace, watching my screen as Julian's response comes through. Meeting tomorrow at 9 a.m., bringing in a federal contact. Time to go nuclear, I say. Not strong, I tell Stacy. Just done being a victim. My phone buzzes. Again, another unknown number. Your parents owe us money. Don't make their problem your problem. I block the number, my hands steady now. They think threats will make me back down, make me fold like that obedient daughter they used to know. They have no idea who I've become. Are you sure about this? Stacy asks as we pull up to the coffee shop. Meeting Wilson's ex could be dangerous. Chloe. Agreed to talk, I say, scanning the parking lot. She might be the only person who knows what Wilson was really doing. Inside, we spot her immediately. Blonde hair pulled back nervously, shredding a napkin. She jumps when we approach. You look just like him, she blurts out. Same eyes. I sit across from her. Thanks for meeting us. I shouldn't be here. Her fingers drum against her coffee cup. If certain people find out I'm talking to you... We can protect you, Stacy says, sliding over a business card. My law firm specializes in witness protection cases. Chloe laughs bitterly. You don't know what you're dealing with? Wilson wasn't just gambling. The whole thing was a front. A front for what? I lean forward, my heart racing. He worked for Apex. She leans in, voice dropping. Started as a recruiter, finding desperate people willing to take out loans. But then he got promoted to... what? Collections. She shivers. He'd brag about it when he was drunk, how they'd use family pressure points, kids' college funds, parents' retirement accounts, anything they could leverage. My coffee turns sour in my stomach. The money from my college fund probably went straight to Apex. She pulls out her phone, scrolling through photos. Look at this. Wilson sent it to me last year, showing off his business success. The image shows Wilson in an expensive suit standing next to a sleek car, but it's the building behind him that catches my eye. Apex Financial's logo clearly visible. He said your parents were in on it, Chloe continues. Your dad helped process loan applications, made everything look legitimate. Your mom, she handled the cash deposits. They were laundering money, I whisper. Among other things, she glances around nervously. Wilson kept records, said it was his insurance policy. He stored everything on an encrypted drive. Stacy leans forward. Do you know where it is? In a safety deposit box, Chloe replies. First National Bank downtown branch. Her hands shake as she writes down a number. Box 247. He gave me the key before he disappeared. Why? I ask. Because I threatened to go to the FBI. She pulls a small key from her purse. He thought giving me this would keep me quiet, make me complicit. I stare at the key. Why are you helping us now? Because they killed my brother. Her voice cracks. He couldn't pay back his loan. 3 days later, his car went off a bridge. Police called it an accident. I'm so sorry, I whisper. Take the key. She slides it across the table. But be careful. That drive, it doesn't just implicate Wilson. It names everyone involved with Apex, including your parents. My phone buzzes. Another text from Julian. Federal agents want to meet tomorrow morning. Chloe, Stacy says gently, would you be willing to make a statement to federal investigators? She pales. I can't. They'd know it was me. We can protect you, I promise. My lawyer, the FBI, they can help. Like they helped my brother. She stands abruptly. I've told you what I know. The drive has everything else. Just promise me one thing. What? Make them pay. All of them. She grabs her purse. And Meredith, watch your back. Wilson always said the most dangerous people at Apex weren't the ones you could see. After she leaves, Stacy and I sit in stunned silence. We need to get to that safety deposit box, Stacy finally says. First thing tomorrow. I clutch the key before anyone realizes Chloe talked to us. My phone buzzes again. This time a message from my mother. Your father knows you're digging. Please stop. You don't understand what's at stake. Another text follows. We did everything for this family. Don't destroy it. Family? I scoff, showing Stacy the messages. They helped Wilson steal from desperate people. They're criminals, and now we can prove it. Stacy squeezes my hand. Are you ready for what comes next? I think about Chloe's brother. about all the other victims of Apex's schemes, about my own stolen future turned into blood money for criminals. They chose this path, I say, pocketing the safety deposit box key. They chose Wilson's crimes over their daughter's education. Now they can choose between facing justice or facing Apex. And Wilson, he ran away and left them holding the bag. I stand up, suddenly energized. Let's see how he likes it when his insurance policy burns down everything he built. Outside, I spot a black car idling across the street. The driver watches us through tinted windows. "Don't look," I tell Stacy, "but I think we're being followed." "Julian's office?" she asks quietly. I nod. Keys ready. Time to go nuclear. The safety deposit box key feels heavy in my pocket as Julian reviews the surveillance footage from my building's security cameras. On screen, my father paces outside my door, pounding and shouting. "This is perfect," Julian says, pausing the video. "Tito Forti, clear intimidation. We can add witness harassment to the charges." He looks desperate, I murmur, watching my father's rage-contorted face. He should be. Julian pulls up some documents. I did more digging into those loan applications. Your father's signature appears on over 30 fraudulent documents. Each one carries a potential 10-year sentence. My phone buzzes. Another text from my mother. "He's drinking again. Please call us, please." "Don't respond," Julian warns. Everything goes through me now. Speaking of which, he slides a document across his desk. The federal agents are ready to move on Apex, but they need your statement first. A knock at the door makes us all jump. Julian's assistant pokes her head in. "Sorry to interrupt, but there's a woman here insisting on seeing Meredith. Says she's from the bank." My blood runs cold. "First National?" "Yes. She says it's about a safety deposit box." Julian and I exchange looks. How did they know? "Someone's watching us," Stacy says quietly. "They must have seen Chloe give you the key." "Send her in," Julian decides, hitting record on his phone. The bank representative is young, nervous. "Ms. Sherman, I'm Amanda from First National. There's been some activity concerning Box 247. "What kind of activity?" "Someone tried to access it this morning. When they couldn't, they became aggressive and threatened our staff." She wrings her hands. "We are required to notify box holders of any security concerns." "Did this person give a name?" "Robert. He said he was your father." My laugh sounds hollow. "Of course he did. We've contacted police, but..." She hesitates. "Given the circumstances, we recommend removing your belongings as soon as possible." Julian stands. "We'll go now. And Amanda, we'll need copies of all security footage from today." At the bank, 2 security guards escort us to the vault. The box opens with a click, revealing a single USB drive. "That's it," Stacy whispers. "All this drama for that?" "Sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest weight," Julian says carefully, bagging the drive. "Let's get this somewhere safe." We're halfway to the exit when I hear his voice. "Meredith!" My father storms across the lobby, face purple with rage. Security moves toward him, but he keeps coming. "You think you can destroy this family?" he shouts. "After everything we've done for you?" "Sir, please step back," a guard warns. "Done for me?" I turn to face him. "You mean like stealing my future or helping Wilson run his criminal enterprise?" "You ungrateful little..." He lunges forward, but the guards grab him. "You're making a scene, Dad." I keep my voice steady, just like I did at my apartment. "How's that restraining order looking now?" "Your brother trusted us," he spits. "We protected him, and now you're going to destroy everything?" "No, you destroyed everything the moment you chose his crimes over your daughter's education." "We had no choice." "You had every choice." I hold up the USB drive. "And now everyone will know exactly what choices you made." His face goes from purple to white. "What's on that drive?" "Everything." I step closer. "Every loan, every scheme, every person you and Wilson destroyed. How many families lost their homes because of you, Dad? How many lives did you help ruin?" "You can't prove..." "Wilson kept records." I cut him off. "His insurance policy, remember? Guess he didn't trust his family as much as you thought." Security starts pulling him toward the exit. He struggles, shouting, "You'll regret this when they come for their money. Let them come." I watch as they drag him out. "I'm not afraid of bullies anymore. You taught me that." Outside, Julian hurries us to his car. "That display will help our case, but we need to move fast. Once they realize we have the drive, they'll come for it. Stacy finishes my thought. And we need to be ready. My phone lights up with a message from an unknown number. You have something that belongs to us. Last chance to play nice. They're not going to stop, I say quietly. No, Julian agrees. But neither are we. The FBI is standing by. One word from me, and this all goes public. I think about my father's face when he saw the drive, about my mother's tears and manipulation, about Wilson running away while leaving everyone else to face his consequences. Do it, I tell Julian. Release everything. Are you sure? Once this starts... I'm sure. I watch the bank disappear in the rearview mirror. They wanted to talk about family money? Let's show them exactly what happens when family secrets come to light. Julian makes the call as we drive away. In the distance, sirens begin to wail. The end game has begun. The courthouse buzzes with tension as I take my seat beside Julian. Across the aisle, my parents huddle with their lawyer, looking smaller than I've ever seen them. My mother keeps dabbing her eyes with a tissue while my father stares straight ahead, jaw clenched. Ready? Julian whispers. Before I can answer, the bailiff calls out. All rise. The judge enters, a stern-faced woman who wastes no time getting to business. We're here for both criminal charges and civil proceedings. Let's start with the restraining order. My father's lawyer stands. Your Honor, this is a family matter that's gotten out of hand. My clients threatened their daughter at her home and workplace. Julian interrupts, holding up a tablet. We have video evidence of Mr. Roberts' intimidation attempts. The footage plays. My father screaming outside my apartment, his confrontation at the bank. The judge's expression darkens. The restraining order is granted, she announces. Now, regarding the criminal charges... My mother breaks into loud sobs. Please, Meredith, don't do this to us. Mrs. Sherman, the judge warns, control yourself or leave my courtroom. Julian presents the USB drive's contents, spreadsheets, emails, loan documents, all meticulously organized by Wilson. The evidence is damning. Your Honor, Julian says, my client's college fund wasn't just stolen. It was used to finance criminal activities. The defendants knowingly participated. The courtroom doors burst open. Everyone turns to see two FBI agents escorting a familiar figure, Wilson. He's handcuffed, his designer suit wrinkled, his face unshaven. Our eyes meet, and he has the audacity to wink. Sorry we're late, Your Honor, one agent announces. Mr. Sherman was apprehended trying to cross the Canadian border. My mother jumps up. Wilson! Oh, thank God! Sit down, the judge orders. Mr. Sherman, I understand you wish to make a statement. Wilson steps forward, smirking. Actually, Your Honor, I have a deal with the federal prosecutors. Full immunity in exchange for my testimony against Apex's leadership. You rat! My father explodes. After everything we did to protect you? Order! The judge slams her gavel. Sorry, Dad. Wilson shrugs. Business is business. Should have taught me better family values. Julian stands. Your Honor, regardless of Mr. Wilson's deal with federal authorities, my client's civil suit stands. The theft of her college fund was all their idea. Wilson interrupts, pointing at our parents. They suggested using Meredith's money to buy into Apex. Said she'd never know. My mother wails. My father lunges toward Wilson, but court officers restrain him. I've heard enough, the judge declares. On the civil matter, I'm ruling. In favor of the plaintiff, the defendants will pay restitution of $93,000 plus interest, along with legal fees and emotional damages. Total judgment, $157,000. She turns to my parents. As for the criminal charges of fraud and money laundering, this court lacks jurisdiction. The federal agents step forward. Robert and Sylvia Sherman, you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering, and racketeering. As they're handcuffed, my mother completely breaks down. Meredith, please don't let them take us. You did this to yourselves, I say quietly. Every choice, every lie, every time you chose Wilson over me. Wilson chuckles. Always so dramatic, little sister. But hey, at least you got your money back. This was never about money. I stand facing him. This was about justice. For me, for Chloe's brother, for every family you and Apex destroyed. Speaking of Apex, Julian interjects, federal agents are raiding their offices as we speak. Your insurance policy proved very useful, I add. Wilson's smirk falters. The judge gavels one final time. Court is adjourned. Remove the defendants. As they're led away, my father turns back. You've killed us. When Apex's people find out, they already know. I cut him off. And they're too busy being arrested to worry about revenge. Outside the courthouse, Stacy waits with coffee and open arms. I collapse into her embrace, finally letting tears fall. It's over. She whispers, not quite. I wipe my eyes, watching my family being loaded into separate police vehicles. The federal trials are next. But you won, she insists. You got justice. Julian joins us, holding more papers. The bank accounts are frozen, but once the assets are released, you'll get your restitution. Plus, the feds might have witness protection for your parents. Not my problem anymore. I say firmly, they made their choices. Now they can live with them. As we walk away, my phone buzzes one last time, a text from Wilson. Well played, sis, but remember, karma works both ways. I delete it without responding. He's right about one thing. Karma does work both ways, and today, it worked in my favor. My apartment feels different tonight. Quieter, somehow. I pour a glass of wine and settle on the couch, staring at the stack of newspapers on my coffee table. The headlines scream about Apex Financial's collapse, about dozens of arrests, about millions in stolen money recovered. My phone rings. Julian just got word, he says without preamble. Your parents took a plea deal, 5 years each, reduced from 15. And Wilson, witness protection, he'll testify against Apex's leadership next month. He pauses. Are you okay? I will be. I search for the right word. Free. After we hang up, I open the manila envelope that started everything. The documents inside tell a story of betrayal, of stolen dreams, of justice finally served. But they're just papers now, not weapons. A knock at the door makes me tense until I hear Stacy's voice. Pizza delivery for the warrior princess. She bustles in with food and more wine, plopping down beside me. What's all this? Evidence, bank statements, court documents? I shuffle through them, trying to decide what to do with them. Burn. Them, she suggests around a mouthful of pizza. Like in those revenge movies where the hero dramatically tosses everything into a fire. I don't have a fireplace. She grabs the papers. But seriously, why keep them? It's over. You won. Did I? I take another sip of wine. My parents are going to prison. Wilson's in witness protection. The family's destroyed. The family was destroyed long ago, she says softly. The moment they chose Wilson's. Crimes over your future. My phone buzzes. A text from Chloe. They arrested the men who killed my brother. Thank you. Another message follows. Your parents' testimony helped crack the case. See? Stacy points at my phone. Something good came from all this. Justice isn't just about revenge. I never wanted revenge, I realize, reflecting on everything that has happened. I wanted accountability. I wanted them to face consequences. For once in their lives. And they did. She raises her glass. To karma. To karma, I echo, but my voice catches. Stacy sets down her wine. Talk to me. I keep thinking about that girl I was, the one who cried over financial aid rejections, who cleaned offices at night and lived on ramen. I pick up an old bank statement. She thought she was alone. You weren't alone. Stacy squeezes my hand. You had me. And now look at her, I say, a faint smile breaking through. Taking down criminal enterprises, saving other families from fraud, being a total badass. I laugh despite myself. I couldn't have done it without you. Or Julian. Speaking of Julian, Stacy wiggles her eyebrows. He's kind of cute when he's not being all lawyer serious. Stop it! I throw a pizza crust at her. He's just my attorney. Who called you 3 times today to check in? Okay, maybe he's a little cute, I admit, smiling. Before I can say more, my doorbell rings. We both freeze. Through the peephole, I see Julian holding a file and looking nervous. Is that him? Stacy whispers. I nod and open the door. Hey, Julian. Sorry to come by so late, he says, stepping inside. I had some papers for you to sign. He spots the wine and pizza. Oh, you have company? Had company. I wave him in. Stacy just left. What papers? Final settlement documents. He pulls out an envelope. This came to my office for you. Inside is a letter from my mother, her handwriting shaky. Meredith, I'm sorry, not for getting caught, but for failing you, for choosing Wilson's schemes over your dreams, for not being the mother you deserved. I can't undo the past, but I testified to give you the justice you fought for. It's not enough, I know. Nothing ever will be. Love, Mom. I fold the letter carefully. Are you okay? Julian asks gently. I will be, I reply, looking at the scattered papers on my coffee table. Help me clean this up. Together, we sort through years of evidence, organizing everything into a single folder labeled closed. What will you do? Now? He asks. Live. I close the folder. Build something new? Maybe help other families avoid what mine did. I could use a consultant, he offers. Someone who understands financial fraud from the inside. Are you offering me a job? I ask, raising an eyebrow. I'm offering you a purpose. He smiles. And maybe dinner. I take a moment, looking around my apartment at the photos of Stacy and me, at my hard-earned degrees on the wall, at the folder containing my family's downfall. Dinner sounds good, I say, feeling a rush of hope. But first, I pick up my mother's letter, hold it over a candle, and watch it burn. Sometimes, I tell Julian, karma needs a little push, and I will never apologize for being the one who gave it. He hands me my wine glass. To new beginnings. To justice, I correct him, and to finally being free. As the flames flicker, I feel a weight lift from my shoulders. This is just the beginning of a new chapter, one where I take control of my life, help others, and reclaim my future.